XRP has seen an increase in price from 50 cents to over 64 cents in a very short period of time after the SEC versus Ripple case had some interesting developments. If you want to know more about what's going on there, do check out the video. I'll link in the video right here so you guys can check that out and get a breakdown of the latest news. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the price action of XRP, reviewing the most recent price action and where things could potentially be heading next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, subscribe and let's get started. So here we have XRP paired up with USDT. We're on the 1-day Binance chart here. And you can see, on the 5th of August, we had this move to the downside where we came down to a low of 43.19 cents. Yesterday, after that fantastic news around Judge Torres's verdict, we can see here the price action rallied up to 64.34. We've seen a little bit more volatility today. At the moment, at point of recording today's video, this is, I believe, 6:10 UTC. In the morning, we can see here that there's a bit of a dojo candle. The market can't quite decide. But looking at the structures here, we have got some interesting things to kind of discuss. We were talking previously on this build up as well from our July 5th lows of a 5-wave move to the upside completing. And as I've said many times before, we can't have 5 waves on their own. There's always going to be an additional 5 waves. And what is gearing up here for XRP is actually really positive. Now, it's possible that we get a false flag here, so we want to be a little bit mindful over that, and that we're actually in some other kind of corrective action. But for now, I want to reflect on this being a big positive rather than a negative. So we're going to look at this through that bullish lens that we have the 5-wave moves to the upside, we have the correction to the downside, and we're looking for that next big 5-wave move to the upside. Let's roll this down into a 1-hour time frame and reflect on this most recent surge. You can see the second that news broke, fantastic run to the upside. This is on the back of a very interesting structural point here as well, where we were trying to get a claim above the hourly 50 SMA, 50 EMA, and of course we did rally above that 200 hourly EMA. Upper resistances are being seen up here as well, at that kind of 63.78 cents. We've got no close positions above this previous close on the 7th of August at 2100 hours UTC. That close position was 64.64, no close positions above there at the moment. Looking at our correction here, it looks like there's still a little bit more volatility to be seen. I don't think necessarily this is over just yet, but it's an interesting one. Rolled it up into a 4-hour time frame, and here you can see a little bit more of what is going on. So let's go ahead and do some measurements here using our fib tools and see what's going on, right? Are we in those bullish breakout situations or not? And the answer is not yet. We are looking for 66.25 to really kind of confirm that. So we want to ascertain here is whether or not we've got a great run to the upside. So bring this back down a little bit into our 1-hour time frame. It is possible that what is going on here is that we have a little kind of wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and they're looking for 5. Okay, so we're looking for that 5th wave move to the upside. That 5th wave move has got a targeted range on that 4-hour time frame, and we can see here that we would potentially come up between 65.97 to 68.71 to finish off that structure. That means that wave 3 can get hit on our 4-hour time frame. Let's come back here, indicating that this will complete a wave 3. We haven't yet completed it, meaning that we have here a wave 1, 2, 3. 3 will get confirmed if we can get above that 66 cent level. Come down for the 4 and up into the 5. Okay, this is important because we bring this back to our daily time frame. That means that we're tracking a 5-wave move to the upside, and we have bottomed here within our most recent swing low at that 43.19 cents. Now, how high is this likely to go overall on a bigger macro scale, something that could take weeks to play out? We could be looking and targeting out 74 to 85 cents on a 1-to-1 to 1.236 basis. And I'll just draw a little yellow box area right inside there so you can see that. So that'll be the targeted range there. Now, as we marked up before, $1.04 should be our impulsive trigger point. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. Anything above 104 is going to be our, that's our 1.618. That's going to be our trigger point for a big impulsive move to the upside. Okay, and that is why it's really important that we're tracking a 5-wave structure here, because that could be our wave 1 of a wave 3. So we have this area, we come up into that kind of 66, then down a little bit, maybe touching in on 70 24 cents, hitting this upper area of resistance, by the way, and then get a wave 2 retracement before coming up into a big wave 3, hitting this area of 1.618, brief wave 4 down, and then another move to the upside. And that there would be a wave 3 on a bigger scale. If I zoom this out just a fraction here, so you guys can see, we'd have the wave 1, the wave 2 is the correction down here, which is typical retracement for wave 2, up into the wave 3, down for the wave 4, up to the wave 5. And you can start to see the path forward for XRP in these structures. Now, I know Elliott wave theory can be confusing. It can be something that you don't fully understand, that you just look at these videos and it's very confusing. Fibonacci retracement levels, extension levels, wave structures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, WXY, WXYXZ, expanding diagonals, contracting. It can be a lot, right? And that's why I put together a whole course for our members down in our Discord server on our website, but also is available separately outside of our membership over on our Cheeky School website as well. More details can be found in our Discord server, so I do urge you guys to check it out down there. If you are serious about learning and understanding Elliott wave theory, the course really does walk you through it in a step-by-step manner. Now, let's go ahead and just clear this up a little bit so we can see here that that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that big progression, that big move to the upside over a long period of time. This is not going to be a short move. This is something that's going to take a significant period of time to play out, right? We're not talking about making quick money here. We are talking about making decent progression within the market. Now, the fundamental news that has driven this price action over the last 24 hours is, of course, still up in the air. We haven't got clarity on XRP's status just yet. All that we do know is that the judge has ruled a $125 million fine and is putting in measures to prevent Ripple from overstepping and crossing a line when it comes to securities sales to institutional investors. What is unclear at this stage is whether or not the SEC is going to appeal the $125 million fine and the programmatic sales ruling from 2023. Those can be appealed by the SEC, and until this case is completely put to bed, that is a big grey cloud hanging over the price action of XRP. If the programmatic sales is not appealed by the SEC, that is going to set precedent for other lawsuits that the SEC have running with Binance, with Coinbase, for example, and many other crypto-based projects. That ruling is critically important to understanding that retail investors are not buying securities. It's only the institutional sales that are, and that's obviously a very different game altogether. And of course, that enters into the world of, well, where do ETFs stand with that particular status as well? Lots of things to be thought about with all of that. But ultimately, XRP's great progression in the last few days is a clear sign that things are starting to heat up. We rallied up 48.97% in the last few days since August 5th low. And although we haven't broken up into a new daily high just yet, we can see that there is a path forward for XRP to perform very, very well. Now, in terms of our bigger macro picture, we are still within our parameters of ranging market. Essentially, we have the low range down here between 33.46 to 46.16, and that slightly higher range of 66.13 to 75 cents. Essentially, all we're doing is bouncing between the two levels, very much like what Bitcoin has been doing, bouncing between the highs and the lows, grabbing liquidity out of the market. XRP is doing the same. The difference is here, though, is that XRP is holding up much stronger than many of the cryptos in the space. Bitcoin specifically has reacted a lot worse than XRP. XRP is holding up very, very well. This shows us that there is a higher liquidity pool in XRP than in Bitcoin, and that's what you're seeing within the volatility. Essentially, there is equal amounts or close to equal amounts of buying and selling occurring when that keeps your market nice and stable. That is where XRP is today. And that's exactly what is required of the kind of use case of XRP, right? We talk about, cross-border payments. It requires a highly liquid market. And it's good to see that XRP is a highly liquid market, or at least more liquid than that of some other cryptocurrencies at the moment. And that's a real big positive. So when we start thinking about price appreciation, price expectations, we can see that over the next kind of few months, as I think 2025 is going to be a bull market high, we are talking about 559 to 1125 in that longer term picture. It's not going to take all that long. I do think think it's going to take, a good year or so, but it is decent progression nonetheless. And we've got some pretty good price targets that are expected alongside this. It's a big WXY move. And of course, there are going to be upper resistances up at the previous highs that we saw in 2021 around 180, all the way up to the $2.96 and that $3.30 previous all-time high of 2018. And, we are likely to see that $5.59 in my opinion. It might be that we get the occasional straight line shot up here. But for me, I'm still expecting a lot of profits, lots of liquidity to be extracted from the market, and kind of traders to do what traders do best, basically take advantage of the market conditions as they see it. But as it sits for me right now, it's great to see good progression in the market for XRP. We've got some good moves occurring, and we've got some good, percentage gains that have been made over the last little while. The grey cloud from the SEC still hangs, but I'm confident that over the next few weeks, things will get clearer, and XRP will hopefully get that clarity in the very near future. But guys, you can let me know what your thoughts are on all of this in the comments down below. What is your kind of short to medium term price expectation when it comes to XRP? Let me know. If you found today's video useful and informative, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you haven't done so yet, check out this channel right here where I go through the technical analysis on Cardano.